Multiple former AEW stars look to have signed with WWE, as WWE also may have just signed another top free agent prospect that is out there on the market. That is as many as 3 free agent signings for WWE. We're going to talk about each and every one of them. What's going on? When can we expect them to debut? And what led them to leave their former employer? Ooh, all that and much more coming up right here in this video. So be sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. All right, so one of the big things coming out of the last couple of months and one of the big talking points from WWE has been these releases. Well, they have been releasing talent. We saw the likes of Indy Hartwell, Sonya Deville, who actually had her contract expire, but many talent had their contract expire. Many talent like Giovanni Vinci and others were released from the company. And the question was why? Why would WWE go to the lengths that they did in order to release these talent, many of whom have had championship gold, like Isla Dawn, many of whom who may have not even shown their full potential? Well, we're kind of learning why that may have been the case, because as you kind of manage a roster, one of the things you got to do is manage who comes in and who comes out. And when you got new people potentially coming in, you need to make a little bit of room for them, or at least that's the WWE philosophy there, as we got hints of multiple free agents showing up in the company at a very, very soon point. First of which we got to talk about Rey Fenix. So you guys remember Rey Fenix's brother Penta is actually already in WWE. We had this vignette kind of play on Friday Night SmackDown featuring a masked luchador, and we all know that right now Penta, of course, is on Monday Night Raw. Rey Fenix looks to be headed to Friday Night SmackDown. FightfulSelect.com had reported that Rey Fenix had basically had his medical and he was good to go, and it looks like he is debuting in WWE at an imminent point. And it's been a long time coming, because there was a point just a couple of months ago where we weren't sure if Rey Fenix was going to sign with WWE at all, even later this year. He was under contract with AEW. AEW, when Penta and Phoenix had reportedly, rumor and innuendoly, gone out there and tried to negotiate a contract with WWE while they were still under AEW deals, Tony Khan and AEW had extended Rey Fenix's deal, and that was due to injury time. So it could have been a case where Rey Fenix would have been under the AEW banner for as long as that contract lasted. So to see him, finally be a free agent, as AEW actually did end up releasing him recently, to see him be a free agent and very quickly soon after now sign with WWE, and we're already seeing vignettes, is I think a good thing. The question is, when can we expect him? I would expect him by Mania. I would definitely expect him by WrestleMania, given the fact that they have already played a vignette and it is March 15th. I think you're not going to do this vignette just to have him appear like 6, 7, 8 weeks from now. Although you could do that. I just think with the hype around it, you don't wait. I don't think you wait. I think you debut him right before Mania, you sell some tickets, and you get some interest in that show, because you are WWE. You're the biggest show on the planet right now. Why not? So that's Rey Fenix. He's going to be in WWE, I expect, imminently. And another talent who has long been rumored for WWE, who we actually may see very soon, is the former Malakai, soon to be Aleister Black, or I presume he's going to be Aleister Black when he comes over to WWE. And Aleister Black, Malakai Black, whatever you want to call him, he had a very tumultuous couple of years, both in WWE and in AEW. Of course, in AEW, a couple of years ago, he had a massive debut, a big-time feud with Cody Rhodes that ended up leading to absolutely nothing. Outside of that feud, he had done essentially only random stuff after that, and nothing he did ever really hit well, nothing he did ever really played into a story. There was a lot of great matches and great moments, but it really wasn't what people expected. It's coming off of one of the, I think, best debuts in modern professional wrestling history. Like him coming out in that arena in Miami, delivering that big kick to Cody, delivering that big kick to Arn Anderson. That was a massive moment coming right out of the pandemic, and really was when we saw the pendulum shift in as dramatic a way as we had seen up until that point, in the direction of AEW, as WWE was just fledgling under Vince McMahon and his god-awful booking. So you have that, and I think, the past couple of years have been what they have been, and it's been bad. I think he was essentially wasted in AEW, so it would make sense, given his closeness to Triple H, given his affinity for Triple H, and just the fact that it was time for him to leave AEW, it would make all the sense in the world for him to debut in WWE. And we got a bit of a hint of that debut. Also on Friday Night SmackDown, we had a vignette play that featured this kind of ominous smoke everywhere with the number 4, and people are pointing to the fact that one of Malakai Black's last videos in WWE was him reading like chapter 4 of the Fallen Father. I don't know, whatever his gimmick was, not the Fallen Angel. Shout out Christopher Daniels. But regardless, it does seem like this is hinting towards a Malakai Black debut. Now, you may be wondering, is he a free agent? Yes, he is a free agent. He was basically released from his deal, and he's good to sign with WWE. And we have not seen any confirmed reports that he is, 100% signed, but given this vignette, given what people expected, I think it's an open and shut case as far as Malakai Black goes. I think you should expect him in WWE, and I think he will be in WWE very, very soon. And finally, we got to talk about one more free agent signing that was not a former WWE talent. Let's talk about the one, the only, Jeff Cobb. So, Jeff Cobb, you may be familiar with him, former New Japan Pro Wrestling talent, who WWE have seemingly had their eye on for a little bit. Let's take a look at what FightfulSelect.com has reported about him. Fightful Select Sean Ross Sapp has learned from a number of sources that WWE has had their eye on Jeff Cobb of late. Cobb has been working in New Japan Pro Wrestling and even wrestled and won their multiple times this week. So that is the Jeff Cobb story there from Fightful Select. And Cobb, for those of you who may not know, he was part of the United Empire stable along with Will Ospreay, Kyle Fletcher, and Mark Davis. He has been in New Japan Pro Wrestling for some time. He made a couple of sporadic appearances both on AEW TV leading up to a couple of Forbidden Door events. So he's no stranger to the North American wrestling scene. And he's a big powerhouse guy who is extremely versatile in the ring. And I think WWE, it looks like, are about to get a unique talent. There's also reports floating out there that he is already listed on WWE's internal roster. And many of you who may not be familiar with Jeff Cobb, I highly recommend you go watch his stuff either on New Japan World or on Max, some of the stuff they have up on from AEW. This guy is a can't-miss prospect for WWE, whether he's in NXT or the main roster. I truly do think that he's going to make a direct impact as long as he is allowed to be Jeff Cobb. And that is something that we're going to have to see it play out over the next couple of months with WWE whenever he does eventually debut. But I'm telling you this, he's a special talent. This is a guy who can work with just about anyone in any style, and whether he becomes a world champion or not, I mean, I would not hold my breath given the way that WWE structures things, but I think that he has all the potential in the world, and the sky's the limit. I genuinely believe that about Jeff Cobb. As far as what he'll be able to do, we will see. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about Jeff Cobb potentially joining WWE? What do you think about Malakai Black going over to WWE and Rey Fenix going over to WWE? It just seems like everyone's going over to WWE right now. That's the narrative, bro. They're controlling it. Let me know, though, in the comments section what you guys think. I want to hear from all of y'all. Also, be sure, if you haven't already done so, to smash that thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I really want to thank every single one of you who have tuned in this far into the video. Retention is a big time thing for the channel, so please, please, please continue watching until I run out of things to say about how awesome you are. Okay, now I'm done. Now I don't have anything to say. Love you guys. Until next time, keep it real.